All right, social media calls Friday Flashback Friday, and well, they may be right. Fridays bring back memories of how tiring the week has been, especially when you realize that you're going to get some rest over the weekend. Yeah. Anyway, time now to mirror your comment to the rest of the world. Find us on Facebook with the name Joy News on TV. My name is Miss G, the Entertainment General. And this is Joy News Interactive live on your multi-TV as well as Go TV channel 144, DSTV channel 421. Get to post your comment on our Facebook page, Joy News on TV, and we'll read them to the rest of the world. So this morning, I get to a trotro station to board a car to work. Then the conductor, who we usually call mate, asks for the fares, and I gladly took out the fare I paid yesterday. The mate looked at me cynically and asked in the can, "Madam, wadana?" To it, "Are you asleep?" I was taken aback and asked why he acted that way. He retorted, "Yeah, two fares no more," meaning the fares have been increased. So I asked, "By how much?" And he said, "Just 15%. Really? I was shocked. But thank God I had extra money on me to pay up the difference. Else, I wouldn't have been here on time for the show. The reason, however, for the increase, according to the transport operators, is because fuel prices have gone up for a while, but they haven't increased their fares yet. So in case you're about to leave home, please take some extra coins because it will come in handy. Well, many of you have been reacting to this on Facebook. Let's read your comments on the increased lorry fares, like we say. Transportation fares have gone up, and what are you saying about it on our Facebook page? All right, before we read your comments, we'll take a quick break. We are back with your reaction to the increase in transport fares. All right, so we are back from the break, and now we're going to read your Facebook comments concerning the increase in transport fares. And Amponsal Christopher says the union didn't help. Why do they have to wait for such a long time? If there's a reason for that, have they communicated to their members? And Azuma says, this time it's not the government, but the filling station. Joy FM, Joy News. Transport fares up by 15%. Baomi, are you in this country? Is asking. And thank God change has come, what Dekpo says. And God will punish Joy News editors. When is MPP government? Governance is filling station, not Nanado's government. Niablo says, are these MPP people serious at all? Shame to their empty promises. Let's brace ourselves to face the worst. And President Akufo-Addo and Baumia, are you in town? Ali Sani is asking. Eric Pascal says, when is it taking effect? Because this evening, I don't want to create any scene in the trotro. Ghana mates, if it's 10% square, they will take. So it is taking effect already. This morning, we are paying extra fares. So take note of that before you join any troski, like we call it, home. And change has come, says Ali Sana, and Better says Jata and Joy FM. Is this Mahama or Nana? And don't mind them because they are anti-MPP, says Muntala. So those are your comments to us concerning the increase in fares this morning. Right, so government has decided to extend basic education to the senior high level. What this means is that right from nursery, you won't write any exams till you get to the senior high school level. I'm sure a lot of people are happy about this one. But, well, the executive director of the Institute for Education Studies says even the basic education certificate exams, which is BECE, was a violation of the international labor law. And Dr. Amma argues that most people, after writing the BECE, resort to finding a place to work, and these people are usually below the approved age to work. Let's speak to him for some more analysis. Good morning, Dr. Rama, if you're on the phone.
Hi, good morning, and I hope you're doing well.
Very well, thank you, sir. And you say that this initiative, even from long, has violated the International Labour Organization law. How is that?
Well, I mean, there are definitions of who a child is, and by definition, by ILO definition of a child, says that any person under the age of 18 years is classified as a child, and there are regulations in respect of what age people can work. Well, in some countries, depending on the facilities and the opportunities available in terms of education, some have set theirs to 15 years, others have set theirs to 16 years as minimum. If you look at our current peculiar circumstances, young people at the age of 18, 15 years are not prepared adequately for work. If you look at the BECE, the original intention is that there will be a terminal point for people who cannot have access to secondary school to the place of work, and that's why workshops and experimental schools were set up so people can have skills to be able to enter to the world of work if they are unable to get access to secondary school. But you ask yourself, who would employ a 15? In fact, in our case, many of our young guys, people completing secondary school, are around 13 years, 14 years, 13, 14 years would have finished JHS. And you ask yourself, who's going to employ a 13-year-old child in any company? And so it doesn't really helpful. It's not really helpful in terms of providing opportunities for our young people. And that's why we said scrapping it and allowing people to transit to senior high school, by which time they would have entered the age of 18, between 18 to 19 years, would have been classified as adults and maybe more developed in terms of cognitive ability to work in any organization as may be allowed.
Now, Dr. Amar, if you can hear me, so it means that children or school children from nursery will go straight to the senior high school without taking any exam. The question again is that the BECE was major exam. So the question is that the BECE was supposed to sieve or get people who, are of a certain status to the senior high school. If we let this go, it means that anybody, whether you do well or you don't do well, because you're not taking any major exam, you're just going, whether you know what's happening with your education or not.
I mean, you know that in some jurisdictions like Uganda, the other countries, I think Kenya also, people would write exams at primary school before they enter into secondary school. And so it's a matter of choice. Why don't we also bring an examination at primary school? So when you get to primary school, write the exam before going to secondary school or going to junior high school. It is because we think that we have access, because we think that the basic requirements of our young persons must be at least junior high school. At the time this policy imperative was imposed in 1992, or especially in the 1987 reforms. But we have come to a point that we have seen the graduates coming out after JHS are inadequately prepared, to the world of work, and for which reason an extension is appropriate. Now, what is happening is that once you finish the junior high school, you might be writing an examination which will be used for placement, as is done in other jurisdictions like the English system, like the Scottish system, like the Swedish system. So it means that we would be putting up more facilities that people can have straight entry into senior high school, just as people have straight entry from primary school to junior high school. At the time the policy was imposed, we did not have the facilities. We didn't think that it was appropriate at the time to do that. But now we have gotten to that point. What we need to do is to provide an expanded access for secondary education. Secondary education is now becoming generally the basic education in most developed countries. And if we want to compete competitively with our international counterparts, then we need to take a very critical look at it. And for which reason I think that the government decision to scrap the basic education and make senior high school a smooth transition for our JHS graduates is absolutely fantastic and brilliant idea in respect of developing the human resource capacity of our young people.
Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning, Mr. or Dr. Prince, and we are grateful for your time. All right, so you heard from Dr. Prince Hammer. He's an education advocate and he works with VM. But time now for Ghana Man Trivia. Let's check out the clues for today. I am Ghana's most famous example of traditional African conservation. I am nestled between two villages. I am home to over 200 Geoffrey's Pied Columbus and 500 Campbell's Mona monkeys. Where can I be found? Let's see what your reactions are on Facebook to Ghana Monument Trivia. Okay, so this is the picture of the conversation we are talking about, and that's you know what you can see in your shot, so I don't need to say what you can see, the monkeys. And let's see what you've been saying. And Prince Nuruddin Bamia said, for plagiarism reason, no comment. And Fiame Monkey Sanctuary says Aristotle. Fiame Monkey Sanctuary says Mensa. Fiame Monkey Sanctuary Bois Bain and Fiame Monkey Sanctuary. Fiame Monkey Sanctuary. Okay, so it's Fiama rather. Sorry, Bois Bain Fiama Monkey Sanctuary, and those are some comments we received from you for these beautiful tourist sites that we have placed on our Facebook page. So the answer is Boabing Fiema Tourist Monkey Sanctuary somewhere in Kunkraza in the Bruna Hafo region. You're still watching Joyce Interactive with me, Miss G. Our conversation is live on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 144. We're on YouTube, we're streaming live, Joy News Live. Your comments are welcome via our social media handles, Joy News on TV. Now, moving on, a blind man in Nigeria has taken his best friend, another blind man, of course, to court for allegedly enticing his wife. According to the news agency of Nigeria, Ibrahim, who is 26, told the court in Nasarawa that his former friend Shisu Saki, who is also the head of the Blind People's Association in that area, had been having an affair with his 23-year-old Lami, Ibrahim's wife. He said Saki has been one to arrange the marriage only months back. So Saki arranged a marriage between he and his wife, and now he's alleging that Saki is having an affair with his wife. Let's go to Facebook and see what your comments are concerning this blind folk who is suing his fellow blind man. So let's read your comments now, and that's a picture of a blind man in your shorts. Not to say that he's the one we're referring to though, but Prince Nuruddin Bamia says, very interesting story. I hope justice will be served. God knows best. And Avo Singh says, like seriously, then if he had sight, I wonder what his intentions would have been. Shaking my head, and my oh my, Africa have problems. Biko, those are comments from you concerning a story of a blind man in Nigeria suing his fellow blind man for allegedly having an affair with his wife. So at this point, let's go see your picture of the day. Okay, so that's the picture in your shots. You know, a few days ago, Barcelona won their games against PSG, and that's a picture of the colors of Barcelona. So that's a tank, and I don't know if it's a fuel tank, but a man in the Barcelona Fugu smoke, and Barcelona kept to go with it. So let's see your comments on our Facebook page, and this it says, he needs the best supporter of the year award. Hey, what a supporter. Abdullah opposition is saying so. And Kenneth Sky says, man, you make live. Barca fan in GH have to contribute to sponsor you to watch one of their big games. And he's from the North Tongo in the Volta region. That's Honorable Ablakwa's uncle. You can't say that. In Ghana, we'll call that team Accra Hearts of Oak. Yes, they have similar colors. That's very true. And Die Have Fan says, Ankama. And Messi must visit you one time. Says, Pepra Isaac, and Basa go murder you live. The thieves definitely made it possible. Hey! And those are comments from you on Facebook. Also, you said Photoshop, laugh out loud. No Kotoko Hearts of Oak fan. You're asking, you force, says Mensa Eji, and no size, Basa for life. Wow, says Very Majesties. And Prince Nuruddin Baumia says, oh, say Basa. I see Hearts of Oak and Basa. And how much were you paid to do this? Says Ismail. And this one is traditional Basa dressing. Wow. Basa enemies can commit suicide. Wonderful picture, Basa pa. And what a true die-hard fan or die-hard supporter of Basa. Die-hard fan, Basa no size. Age, Basa, die-hard fan. Hashtag Onapo. So those are comments concerning our picture of the day. A man in colors that look like Barcelona's colors in your shots. But now you know that it's Ghana month here for us at Multimedia. And we've been asking some celebrities what tourist sites we can find in their region. Today, for our video of the day, we're going to have dancehall artiste Ebony, who is from the Bruna Hafo region, tell us 5 tourist sites in her region. So Bechem is in which region?
It's Bruna Hafo region.
Okay, so name 5 tourist sites. You know this is Ghana month. It's 5
Hey,
tourist.
see, I came here for an interview. I did not come to write YA. Oh no. Is it about is it what's it called? Tourist sites. Hey. Bruna Hafo region, right? What's this place called? The Falls. What's it called? I can't remember. See, if you people play this,
I'll play it. Not in one. Remember, Papa.
You can't play this.
I'll
You
play
can't.
all these things they are
You
saying.
you can't sing.
Okay, so. All right, so that's the Akwatia MP, I must say, in a conversation with Mama V Owusu Abuaji after the Independence event. We posted this interview on Facebook and it's got 2,500 views already. Let's see the comments you posted beneath this video of the Akwatia MP, I must say. So, Kofi Yao says, nice one. She has really done well. But Joy News TV, you guys did not help her. Joy News TV has a sister station that are into local languages like Adom TV. You should have conducted the interview with them, and you can see the MP really wants to see much. Okay, so yes, we have Adom TV, but it's the first English interview. She said she was ready to speak English. That's how come the interview was conducted in English. She was not to ridicule her. So let's go on to some of your comments on Facebook. Mustafa Hamid says, one's ability to speak English means nothing. Having the guts to do and insist on what is right is what matters. And my woman crush, very confident. We need to remember, without the white man's language, we are very intelligent people. We need to embrace our identity as Ghanaians and be proud of our local dialects. I'm so happy and proud of you all for the positive comment. She definitely has something to offer her constituents other than English language. Wish her well in Parliament. So there's a few of your comments to us on our Facebook page after we posted the video of the Akwatia Member of Parliament, Madam Amase's conversation with Mama V Owusu Abuaji. On that note, that will be it for Joy News Interactive. Have a fantastic weekend. My name is Miss G, and there's still more to come here on the Joy News channel.